Hi, my name is Alieshia, and I am the host of Behind the Brand. Behind the Brand is a talk show where I interview entrepreneurs, content creators, and discuss how they build their businesses and who they are behind their brand. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Today we have Jasmine, aka Milan, the owner of Milan Method, with us today. And if you do not know, it is a pole dancing business. You come here, you take pole dancing class, so I'm so excited to talk to her today about who she is and what her business is and how it is in Atlanta having pole dancing classes, and everything about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So let them know, introduce yourself for everything that I probably left out, and then we can go to the interview.
Well, my name is Jasmine George, but people in the industry that I work in, which I own a pole dance studio, they know me as Milan. I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama, but I've been in Atlanta for 10 years now. So this is home. This is my home, and started this great business, the Milan Method.
Yes. So how long have you had this?
So our studio opened up in December of 2021. So we are the new kids on the block.
Okay.
But we flourishing.
Yes.
So we are the new kids.
That's cool. That's good. Okay. So within that, did you always know you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
So no. I did not always be an entrepreneur. What I wanted to be was an event planner. Of course, I lived in Birmingham, Alabama, and in Birmingham, events are not the way they are. Like here in Atlanta, events are popping. There's an event everywhere, every day, always something going on. So after college, I ended up getting an event planning job here, which is rare. It's very rare that you get an event planning job. What happened is that the person who was hiring for me, her husband actually went to the same college that I went to. She was like, she saw my resume. I was like, hey, I'm going to interview this girl who went to the college you went to. And he's like, yeah, you got to give her an interview only because she graduated from Jacksonville State University.
I was like, okay, what school is that?
Jacksonville State University in Jacksonville, Alabama. Go Gamecocks.
I never knew it was in Jacksonville, Alabama.
Yeah, it's like an hour and 30 minutes away from here. It's not far. People drive. And so I was always in Atlanta a lot while I was in college, just kind of working on events with like people here and there. I kind of just made my name really here with the black industry, black event planners, and stuff like that. Okay. And then when I got here, I started working as an event planner, and I just kind of moved on up from there with event planning, like doing a lot of production work, like stuff for Delta Airlines. I did Shaq's Fun House. I used to do all the decor for the Braves at the stadium, like all the Christmas decor, all the decor that was in their hospitality suites. I just started doing a lot of things, working for a lot of different organizations here in Atlanta. A lot of the club owners, just doing like different stuff for people in events. So what I wanted to be all my life was an event planner. And then in 2013, I started teaching. In 2013, I started taking pole dancing classes. I've always been like a dancer, a regular dancer, in college, high school, all that stuff. But I was like, all right, I'm bored. Let me out of the house. I want to go do something. I want to meet more people. And so in 2013, I started taking pole dancing classes, and then it went from here.
Okay. That's cool. But you're still technically like an event planner.
I am still an event planner. I am the regional event manager for a construction company. They are headquartered in Maryland, but I handle the events in Georgia and the Carolinas. So, Carolinas being North Carolina and South Carolina. So, I'm back and forth sometimes, which is a lot for somebody who is a full-time entrepreneur as well. Because outside of the dance studio, we have Airbnbs. We do the whole rental car thing on apps and stuff. We have a logistics company with semi-trucks, and we're going to start managing and consulting other people who are interested in getting into the trucking business. So I have a lot going on. And even with the dance studio, we have a merch line. So it's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah, because I'm like, for someone not wanting to be an entrepreneur, you got all the businesses.
The blessings just kept falling in my lap, really. That's really what happened, I'm a hard worker, so it's hard to just turn down stuff too. I also like money.
Okay.
I like money. That's really what it is. I like money, and if it's paying, I'm gonna do it if it makes sense. If I have time. So yeah, event planning though, that's my passion. Honestly, event planning, being a creative. Like I always say, like even if I decide to not be an event planner anymore, I'm probably going to be like that little creative mom or whatever. I don't have any kids right now, but I'll probably be like that creative mom who does everything for the school, who makes all the stuff.
I see what you're saying.
Because I'm really, big with like designing, and I could put together anything, all types of decor. I could build walls and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just really just big on stuff like that. So, one day I'm going to be like a stay-at-home mom with an Etsy shop. So I'm going to be like, shop at my Etsy shop.
Okay.
All types of personalized stuff. Like,
I like that.
My kids gonna have the best birthday parties.
Okay.
Friends gonna walk away with personalized stuff.
Yeah, I love that. I love the future that you're building. Yes, that's so cool. That's so funny. So this is new. How you were saying that it opened up in December 2021. So how long did it take from the process of idea of you wanting to open up a pole dancing studio until like December?
Alright, so like I said, I started pole dancing in 2013, and then in 2015 I probably started teaching. Maybe in 2015, I was an instructor at another studio, and it was cool. It was fun. Loved everybody that I met there, but I didn't like the experience that I felt like they were giving people. So 2018, I started just renting out space and teaching on my own. So I would rent out space at other studios and just teach my own classes under my own brand. The Milan method started with me first coaching people during competition time, because pole dancers, there's a competition pole sport organization. They have competitions everywhere, and I would coach some of the girls to be in it. So it pretty much started from that, and then like it was a joke that one of my students made about how I'm mean when I'm coaching. It's like she's really mean when she's coaching, but it works. It's like the Milan method works. So that's how that name came. And shout out to her because she's flourishing as well now on she's doing a lot of things in the pole dancing industry. Her IG is Miss Chrome Diva. So shout out to her because she made up the name.
Yeah, shout out to her. We like to give credit.
Yeah, she made up the name of the Milan method, and it just stuck from there. So I went from coaching to instructing, teaching my own classes, and basically after the pandemic, so when the pandemic happened, everything shut down. Nobody was doing anything. Of course, I wasn't doing any events or anything during the pandemic, so I just was like using that time to grow my brand. Like a lot of people was online. They were like still trying to teach like online classes. They was charging. I didn't charge people. I would be like, at this time I'm gonna log on and I'm gonna teach something. I just taught from home, set up my poles at home, and I taught in my living room. I taught different classes. I taught chair classes. Like today we're gonna do this. Today we're gonna do this. I did not ask people for money, but doing that grew my brand, because people was like, you know what? Whenever we open back up, I'm gonna come to your class. I'm gonna come to your class. So end of 2020, maybe when we started like going back into in-person stuff, it just started like taking off. So whereas my Instagram went from like 2,000 followers, it went to 30,000 followers.
What? You were doing it on live on IG? You were doing it on IG?
Oh, yeah, like stuff just started just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I started getting so many students that I feel like the studio that I was renting space from, I feel like we didn't, I was growing so much that she was also growing. For me, it was like, well, we are both, my exact words were, we're both growing, so maybe I should, leave so we can continue to grow. So we gotta make room for each other. Let's make room for each other. So this came in August of last year, 2021. So to answer that question, so in August I was like, maybe we should grow. And so looked at some places, found this place, found another place first that I thought I liked, but thank God it didn't work out or whatever, because whoever owned it, she wanted to stay a hair salon or something. Not knowing that hair salons are really a traditional thing anymore. You know, people went to hair salon. Well, people have their own. A lot of people have suites though.
Oh, okay.
A lot of stylists, I feel like, have their own suite, not being a full blown hair salon. You know, to rent out chairs to not the old school like back in the day. Yeah, we all go to a hair salon with our parents, and it was a full hair salon. No one had a suite that's considered their own business. I see
what you're saying.
So she said we could have the building, we could have it, and then she ghosted us.
What?
And I was like, well, I was like, it's okay. Maybe I just won't hear from her. I was like, maybe, I don't need to do it, And then I came and looked at this building. I looked at this building. There's another building that's right over here. And I was like, well, I like this one. I was like, I like this one. I like the layout. I can make it work.
It was open.
Yeah. It was a blank canvas, basically. I had to, if y'all could see what it looked like, maybe I could do some pictures.
Okay.
It was nothing. We made it work though. But I looked at it. We went through all the things, and then end of August, I had this devastating thing that happened. One of my friends died. One of my close friends passed away, and I was just like, I don't want to do anything. I was like, I don't want to do anything. My boyfriend, shout out to him, pushed me to look through the paperwork. He gave me look through the paperwork, and I was like, I don't want to. I don't care. Don't want to go do this, And then I ended up getting up out the bed and going to sign for the papers, sign for the building. And that was in September. We signed for the building. Okay. And from September to December, I got it together.
Okay, that was all your renovation time and everything like that. Okay.
From September, which apparently is quick for some people, because some people don't move that quick. But it was just on my heart to, I guess, build and move and get it done. Like I said, I had so many students, I wasn't having enough space at the other place to teach. It was like, well, how can I retain my students if I can't give them enough classes? So it was like, and it was also like, why am I paying someone else when I have all these students? I could just have my own space. I can teach as much as I want. I can do what I want. I can have my own practice time without paying someone else for me to have practice time or all of this. And it's just like, stepping out basically on faith and just trusting in myself. Because, there are times where you're like, oh, should I do this? Should I not do this? But I was just like, okay, this is for me. I don't want to regret later down the line saying, you know what, I could have did that. And I didn't take the chance, the opportunity. If you would have asked me last June, if you would have said, do you want to own a studio? I'm like, yeah, nah. Because I know. You have to deal with everything breaking. You have to, people think they want to be an entrepreneur until they got to fix something. And and fixing things is expensive. You're like, oh, they're making so much money. Yeah, people do make a lot of money, but you spend a lot too. You gotta spend a lot of money to make a lot of money, and
that's why I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah, you gotta spend money to make money, and it's just like I didn't want to do it. Didn't see myself doing it. I was like, no, not gonna do it, But then, like I said, as I just kept growing and growing and growing, and people basically made me feel like it was my purpose. Like I said, my students, they pour a lot into me. I pour a lot into them. But there are times where I don't feel like I'm as confident or I'm as upbeat and stuff. And they pour that back to me, seeing them like that, me being their safe space. This is the space where they can get away from whatever's going on outside. This is work for me, but this is their safe space. And just being around that, it was like, I need to have my own. And because I'm in the hospitality, industry with event planning, I know what it takes to make people feel special.
Yes.
And I think that's what makes me different.
I would say too, and that is the customer service. That's what I'm not trying to go home, but I feel customer service, hospitality, working in those things, how to cater to your audience. And I feel like that's honestly something that I don't want to say black entrepreneurs, but black entrepreneurship are missing. They don't really know how to cater to their audience. It's like they don't teach that customer service piece.
Right.
So your background, having that is actually a good layer, and that really does make you different.
Yeah, because for me, it's like with event planning, I'm creating a memorable experience, and sometimes that experience is a one-time, like only once in a lifetime experience. So for me, I feel like anytime someone steps in here, if they don't even ever come back, they're going to always remember I took a class with her. And it happens. I can be anywhere with my friends. I could be anywhere. Someone will walk up to me and say, I took a pole dance class with you. They're like, aren't you Milan? I was out last night and a random boy said, hey, you're that girl that pole dance, huh? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's me, you know? And it's just like, I've created an experience for these people, and a lot of people don't create that experience. And I feel like that's why, you know, I feel like my studio is a community. You know, I've set the tone for a dance community, a sisterhood. They feel like, you know, these are my sisters. This is my whole family. They go places together. Some people have created lifelong like friendships, and I created a lifelong friendship. You know, when I was pole dancing, when I was taking classes. You know, so some people I'm still with. I'm stuck to them like you know. And I wanted to make sure that my girls got that experience as well.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So how many I guess like pose, like how many classes or how many people can be in a class, like a full class?
So we cap our classes at 21.
Okay.
If it's an intermediate class, it's capped at like 14.
Okay.
But if it's like a beginner class, on Fridays we have a class called Flirty Friday, and it's only $12. So come check it out. We capped that one at 21, so we try to do 3 groups basically.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering because I was like, when you think about experience stuff like that, this is one reason why I'm doing this whole series is because when people come, you know, people love Atlanta, so people come, they want things to do. It's like, okay, I can go to the Milan Method, I can go, you know, if they come from bachelor party, I can go pole dancing, can go do this and go do that. So that's why I wanted to know like how many people you took.
Yeah,
so,
and it's a private. We do private parties, and that's when, you know, people might be celebrating something special. Somebody might just say, I want a birthday party with just my friends, or I want my bachelorette party with just my girls. So we do stuff like that too. Like we'll schedule out a time where it's just you and your friends in the studio and nobody else.
Okay, yeah, more like intimate private. Yeah, I like that. See, that's what y'all learn. Y'all have to cater to your audience, okay? Figure out what they want. You know, the girls always love luxury, intimate stuff, okay? So I think you kind of talked about this when you're like answering the question, but what does success mean to you when it comes to entrepreneurship?
Success to me means basically being able to put somebody else on. That like I want to put other people in the position to win. Like all my instructors, though they work for me, I want to help them build their own brands. You know, I built my own brand, you know, in other places, not because someone, you know, was allowing me to or trying to pour that into me, but it was just because I feel like, well, this is my talent, this is who I am, so I want to build my own brand. So being able to like make sure that they are, you know, just building their brands, they're help with like professional development, just making sure that they understand maybe how to run a business if they have questions and stuff like that. Just being able to help other women, because I feel like that was something that I didn't have, and I hated that. You know, like I wanted, you know, somebody to be able to go to when I don't understand something, because to me, entrepreneurship is baptism by fire. So there are a lot of things that you don't know. It's just you're just thrown out there like, oh, I gotta do this, or this happened, you know. And a lot of times we don't have people to ask questions because people feel like if you're in the same industry with them, y'all competition. And it's like we don't have to be competition. We can work together. We can coexist in the same industry. There are so many people out here. I can't hold everybody in this building.
That is true.
You can't hold everybody in your building. You know, so like maybe let's work together. You know, and I just, you know, that's the biggest part for me, is to make sure that I'm helping every woman that works here, you know, grow her brand. And I like that too, because it does sound like it's more collaborative in that industry. But at the end of the day, like, you can't hold everything. You don't have like a convention center, like they don't. And then also, people are going to gravitate to who they like. So I mean, if someone doesn't like your personality, they're going to go to another personality. Or what's closer to them.
Okay,
like,
proximity.
For me, I don't go to nothing that's honestly, if it's more than 10 or 15 minutes from my house, I'm not going.
Well, where do you go then, girl? Because
I live in the city, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the heart of the city.
Okay.
West Midtown, pretty much. Well, really, I'm Midtown. I'm in the middle.
Okay, because I was like, everything is far from me.
Not for me. Not for me.
I can
Everything
understand.
is very close to me. I'm a Fulton County resident, so everything is pretty close to me. But yeah, it's just being able to help those people. Because, like I said, when I was doing this studio, I wanted to ask somebody questions. I wanted help. You know, I actually, this is probably too much tea, but I actually asked somebody, you know, to help, and she acted like she was for it, but then she wasn't, you know. And to me, it kind of hurt my feelings, I guess, in a way, because it was like I thought that, you know, this was somebody that I had built a relationship with, and she would be helpful, but it turned out completely.
She was not helpful at all.
She was not, man. It was
That's so
heartbreaking.
sad, yeah. So were you able to find someone to help you, though?
No, it was baptism by fire, and that's why I believe totally in helping people. Like, I'm okay with putting people on, like, me helping someone else not gonna dim my light because I know who I am. Like,
yeah, and you help that person, they're gonna be like, she helped me.
And I can give you the recipe, but the sauce won't be the same. And that's just really, that's really what it is. I feel like I'm different. Everyone's different in their own way, and people like those things about different places or different people. Yeah. You know, you might be like, I like to go over here for this, but I like to go over to this other place for this. So that's my whole, that's what success means to me. Yeah. I put people in a position to win. I love that. I put you on to make sure that you get money. If I put you on to make sure that you have the option to feel like if you want to work that full-time job or not.
I love that. That is really cool. I really like that. But I also want people to know, like, the perception, like, people will say they'll help you and they don't help you, so you got to learn sometimes it is a crossfire. And that's why it's really so sad in the industry, or even in life in general. It's like, you think someone's going to help you, but then they really don't help you. And I feel like when they talk about all this empowerment, all this and that, and then they be like, well, them are the mean, nasty, or like, they're not really trying to help you. They're, like, not going to help you flourish. But it's like, if you already have your own thing, I think that people miss mentorship. Like, I feel like they want you to pay for mentorship. Now I'm like, mentorship should be free. That's personally me. It's like, what's wrong with mentoring? What's wrong with giving back?
Now I will say I do have a mentorship program, and some people do pay me, but we're sitting down and I'm doing a lot for them. It's not. I've seen some mentorship programs where these people are not helping them. Like, I'm going through literally, like, let's do your LLC together. You need help? You don't understand how to do that? Let's do it together. Let me show you how to file for your business license. Let me show you, like, you're going to meet with me constantly, one-on-one. I check on them girls, like, 24/7. What you doing? What you got done? I set goals. And that's the thing, too, with, you know, sometimes you need somebody to push you to set goals. Because you can say, well, I'm going to do this, and then as people, we procrastinate. Like,
yeah, we do.
We'll say we'll do it, but if you know that you got somebody saying, well, by this day, I want you to do this, I want you to have this many followers by Instagram by this day, I want you to get this out on this day, then people will help. And there are people that I just help. Like, anybody can come ask me a question. Like, anybody can ask me anything. You don't necessarily got to pay me. Like, anybody, if you need help, I'm really going to be like, sure. Sure. You know, and at this point, I do feel like my time should be paid for because I do work a lot. And so for me to stop working on the stuff that I'm working for that makes me money, then it's like, all right, if I got to sit down and do it for hours and do something, then okay, here.
Well, I think it might be different levels that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about, like, a mentor. Like, I have a mentor in my profession. We meet, like, once a month or every other month. Like, I feel like that's like a give back. Like, if you're just meeting with somebody, you see somebody, I'm not talking about, like, mentoring someone, like, I guess, like, trying to open up their own studio. Yeah. That's not what I'm talking about. Maybe that should be paid. But I guess I sometimes get the difference between coaching and mentoring different, but I guess mentoring does help you, so that can be paid. I guess I was coming on under the impression, like, okay, like, in this instance, like, oh, like, can you help me with this? Like, how you said, like, the lady didn't help you. I'm like, honey, like, you could really mentor her and help her. Like, this is a one-time thing. That's what I'm talking about.
If it's something like a one-time thing, if somebody, you know, I always have meetings with people anyway. They'll be like, can I pick your brain about something? Can I sit down and talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, let me just make some time in my schedule, you know.
Yeah, I'm not thinking of, like, a whole mentoring program. That's not what I'm talking about.
You know, the paid program that you have, it's a lot. It's intense. It's going through things, and it's me really giving away all the training that I paid for. Whereas going to school, like any like certification that I have, you know, like I have a women's entrepreneurship leadership certification from Cornell University. So, you know, like helping people with that, you don't have to go through that process, but you can get all the information from me. Or like me going through like different, you know, programs, fellowship programs, and anything I've learned, you know, like I just recently did a pitch competition, you know, so now I can help people write out their pitches and help them talk about stuff and show them what I've learned, where I spent 15 weeks with this. You ain't got to spend 15 weeks.
Is that for people who are in the pole dancing industry, or do you open it for
anybody? Okay. It could be in any industry, just because I feel like I've been so successful in every business that I've touched. I feel like I can help people in anything. And honestly, you know, hospitality and event planning, it can like basically correlate to anything. It can move over to anything, just because I've done logistics, I do managing, I do HR, you know, in the grand scheme of things. I'm doing accounting in the grand, you know, when it comes to that. So I just feel like I can help any and everybody. And
that is really good. I feel like people don't think about the transferable skills and stuff like that. I.e. me, I'm talking about myself, because I do event planning. Like I did it all through college, event planning, but it's like that is logistics, that is accounting, like that is all that stuff. So it's just like so much that you can learn from event planning, because I'm an event planner at heart. Cool. I love it too. But trying to do it with people is really, really hard. But I feel like too, that does help you with a sense of entrepreneurship. So it's like I can think about like, okay, this is an event. I did it for this, now I can do it for myself. I can create it in a business and different things like that. So I think that is also really great too, thinking about transferable skills, what you are passionate about, and what you can see flourishing and stuff like that. So if y'all are interested, y'all need to check her out for her mentorship program. Okay.
I'll get you right for sure. Yes. I'll definitely get you right. It's just like I said, it's just good to have somebody to help you. It sucks not having nobody to help you. You know, no one knows how to run a business. You learn through the trial and error. So if I can help you and teach you the things that, you know, I've already been through, then you should be better than me. That's good. That's the whole goal of it. Like, you need to be better than me, because I'm teaching you the game, but I gave the game away for free. It's just like with, you know, my instructors, I make sure they know, like, you don't have to struggle like I had to struggle to get my classes full. Like, it's built. It's already given to you. So take that and make it pop even more.
Oh, yes, that's what you're saying. You have instructors as well, so you don't have to do all the classes. They come in here, and there's other instructors.
They hold me down. They teach.
So that's good, too.
They teach more than me. They hold me down. Sometimes I'm working, or I'm here, and I'm there. Like, sometimes I get pulled away from the studio, you know? So they teach.
That's good, though, too, and you're also helping them be successful. They're getting to learn, you know, other people, and also getting to get paid. So that's good, too, as well. So you literally do it. That's what success means to you, so I love it. I love it. So you've been doing this for a while. I would say entrepreneurship. So what is one piece of advice that you got from someone when you started?
I asked someone for help who I thought we had a good relationship with. Who I thought I had a good relationship with, and she pretty much ended up not helping me or flipping on me. You know, I felt some type of way. My feelings was hurt, and you know, I talked to one of my aunties about it, and she kind of broke it down as to saying, like, you know, well, everybody can't go on a journey with you. Like, just don't worry about it. Like, get over it. Leave it alone. Like, this is your blessing. You know, like, and a lot of people believe, like, this is your blessing. Step into your blessing. This is for you. Like, why are you worried? You know, sometimes you do have to leave people behind. You grow out of, you know, you grow out of certain relationships. You grow out of certain friendships. You know, it don't have to be a bad thing because you've outgrown somebody. It can also be a blessing for you.
Oh, yeah, I do. It makes me so sad.
I know, like,
outgrow people. It makes you so sad.
I know, right? But sometimes we do. You know, sometimes we do. I hate that you know, situation was like that. You know, and I would have never thought, you know, something like that would happen. But it was just like, okay, everybody can't go on the journey with you. So do you sit here and you cry about it, or you be a baddie?
Okay.
You pull it together and you do what you gotta do. You know? So that's one of the most significant things for me, I guess, in entrepreneurship. I'm trying to see if there's any other advice that anyone has ever given me, you know. No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, like, it's really, that's the most significant thing, I think, you know, is to just, it's okay. It's
okay.
Okay that everybody can go on a journey.
Now, I got a follow-up question. Not to be messy or spreading your tea, but is the person still following you on Instagram?
I don't think I may have removed. I think I just removed the negativity.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe I removed them. Well, I'm pretty sure they don't follow each other.
Okay.
For me, it's just like I don't have to beef with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to like I said. I don't believe in competition. I'm my own competition.
Okay.
And that's
the best.
I don't want to cuss, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
I'm my own competition.
Yeah.
Like, the goal is for me to do better than I did previously. Like, I don't know what anyone else does because I don't care.
Okay.
I don't. It's tunnel vision on me. You know like how Drake said, worry about getting in my lane, you even got on the road. Like, that's how I feel. People are worried about other people's lanes when they're not even focused on what they're doing. If you focus on your craft and what you are doing and what you can do, then you'll be successful. Like, I have no, I don't know, like, why would I worry about someone else? Like, I have a ton of other things to worry about. So,
than worrying about one person.
Yeah, so, no, I don't think we don't follow each other. At least I don't follow them or whatever, because it's just like, now at this point, it's like, for me, once I feel like disrespected or anything, once I feel some type of way about stuff, I'm just one of those people where I kind of act like they don't exist, you know. Like, and I know it's so sad. It's a bad trait that I have. But I'm a Leo.
Me too. Yes. When's your birthday?
August 6th.
Mine's August 21st. Okay, Leo energy. I feel that one coming. Yes,
right.
girl.
So once it's done, and it's just like I'm very strong-minded, very hard-headed, you know, and I'm just one of those people who's like, okay, you felt that way, or you feel this way about me, or please don't let nobody ever doubt me, because it's going to be the worst thing they ever wish they did. If you doubt me, you're going to get your words. Anybody, and I know anybody who they've ever doubted me before, they probably like, this girl. Because if anyone ever thought that I wouldn't do something or wouldn't be successful, or if they ever say anything and I heard it, I did it times 10 on them.
I am cracking up. That is so funny. I was just asking because my friends are always like, well, don't delete people or whatever. Like, you know,
so
like,
they can see your glow up.
Yes,
I get that.
Yes,
I get
so
that.
that's what I was asking.
Without them even having to follow me, they can see.
They can see it. Yeah, they can know.
They can see it. You know, they can see it.
Yeah.
But, I feel like, and it's not to be like cocky or anything, but I worked hard for this brand. It wasn't overnight. You know, I didn't start with a whole bunch of students in my class. You know, it's okay if I had 2 people, you know, graduate from a series. You know, one time it went from 2 people to now having 89 people in a series. You know, and that's because I worked hard.
Yes.
I grind my ass off. I don't sleep. You know, like, you know, it's like it's grinding. I mean, okay, right. It's just me grinding and working. And, you know, like, you don't have to follow me on Instagram to see it or hear about it. You know. Yeah. No, I'm like, I don't have to delete them. Okay, right. You'll figure out. You'll see when I'm on TV. Okay. Right. It's just like, and it's for me. Like, for me, deleting them, it's just like I didn't want to see the negativity. You know, I feel like they were putting a lot of negativity out, I guess, and it's just better for me not to see it. I don't. It's like, what, you want to respond? You want to respond? I don't have anything to say. It's just like I'm focused on something else. So why would I even keep that around? Why would I keep that energy around? I want to be positive, like, and I want everybody in my life to feel positive and have a good day. You know, every day good with me. Okay, period. I like that. Yeah, just, you know, leave and just keep it moving. So that's how we do it. And I think if more people thought like that, you know, we'll do that. Like, any less shade room posts. Okay. Less shade room posts. No shade room posts. Okay. Just, you know, like, okay. Oh. Yeah, it's like you brush it. And keep it moving. That's what I do. I just keep it moving at this point. Like, I can't do nothing about it. So I like that. That we like that. So we talked about it. You have a full-time job. You have like 4 or 5 businesses, and you have a boyfriend. But you don't have any kids, but you still have like family, like parents and cousins. So like, how do you balance all that? So I personally don't feel like I balance it well. A lot of people say to me, you make it look so easy, you make it look so easy, you make it look so easy. And I'm like, do I? I'm like, because I'm overwhelmed some days. You know, I'm not going to lie. If you ask my partner if I'm overwhelmed, I'm going to cry. I'm a big old crybaby. I'm a crybaby. If I'm having one bad day, I would bust out into tears. So I'm like, what is going on?
Okay.
What is the universe doing to me today? You know, and then I have that little moment, and then I get it. I pull it back together. So I don't have an answer, I guess. I don't balance it. You know, I do the best. I'm doing the best that I can do.
Okay.
What was that meme, that Mariah Carey meme? It was like a Mariah Carey video going around. It was like, I'm doing the best I got with the best I got. Whatever she said. I don't know what it said, but whatever it said, that's what I'm doing. Like,
let me see if I can find it. I'll put it in.
Please, because I'm just doing the best I can do, really, with it all. You know, like I said, there are some days where I don't get to sleep that much. You know, I may sleep for like 3 hours, and it's not the most healthiest thing. You know, I might have something going on where I just have to do a whole bunch of work, and it's like I have to get this done. And I am one of those people who's like, I don't like carrying tasks over to the next day. So whatever is on my to-do list, I really be pushing hard
to get it
to knock it out. Like, I'm like, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done. You know, some days I need to tell myself, relax, sit down.
It's not like you need an assistant.
Yeah, I do have one.
I do have one.
So I do have an assistant, and she does do a lot for me. She is very helpful.
That's good.
She is. It's just, I'm still, like they said, I struggle, and my instructor is there, right? I tell you, I struggle with delegating things to people because I think I can do it all.
Oh, okay.
You know, maybe that's one of my Leo traits.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I think it is. I'm ready to get that trait up.
I literally think I can do it all. Like, it takes a lot. I'm really, like, independent, like, Q's independent by Webby. Like, because that's me. Like, I will not ask somebody to do something. So I'm like, oh, I got time. I can just do it. I can just do it. I can do it. Because I don't know. I just feel like I'm bothering people when I ask them to do things. And I don't know. That's just me. But they're working with me. They're like, you need to delegate. They made me take off last week. So I took off the entire last week. They're like, no, don't come to the studio. Don't come up here. Like, when I would be like, oh, I just come and do it. They're like, no, what did you talking about? You're off. Like, they would always be like, no. You know, so they said I need to work on delegating more and stop thinking that I have to do everything. Yeah. But in my mind, like, I can get it done. Let me just do it. So I'm learning to balance. I wouldn't say that I know how to balance everything. I'm learning how to handle everything. You know, the studio is like 6 months old. You know, it's still new. And at some point, I want to, you know, not be here. Like, no, for real, I don't want, because right now it's like, okay, I am like the face of my brand. You know, people know me, but I want it to be where don't nobody know me. I don't want people to know that I'm the owner. Like, I just want them to be like, oh, who's this lady coming to take pole classes? You know, like, I'd rather for people to not know me, because that's also a challenge too, when, you know, everyone knows you as the owner, so then they feel like they could, you know, just talk to you about everything in studio. Or this, I can move on, or I can do this, or, you know, like, I can't go talk to the owner of Walmart, you know, even though I go to Walmart every day. I can't, you know, talk to him. So I, at some point, would like for it to not be where people know me. I don't want to be the face of my brand.
Yeah, I know it's so funny as how people start on the face of their brand, but then they go into not wanting to be the face of their brand, or how you, like, try, like, I'm going back and, like, too much access to me. It's like, okay, do I want to do all this? Do I want to have my name everywhere? Because then it's like people can see you. Then it's like, okay, but when you get to a point, you're like, I can't even handle it anymore.
Yeah, so. I don't want to be the face of my brand. You know, I like being behind the scenes. I know people notice a lot too. Like, even when we shoot like videos, you know, like professional videos or something, if we drop stuff for the studio, now I'm rarely in it. Like, my instructors, like, somebody said that one day. They was like, you were like in the beginning of the video and then you disappeared. I was like, yeah, because it wasn't about me. It's about them. Like, I'm like, it's not about me. So.
But that's also great because your name is not really your name too. So that could be really great. How you could just like, I'm like, no, who's that?
Yeah, that's funny because I have been to pole classes and I signed up with my real name. And then people would be like, oh, who's Jasmine? They'll be looking around the room and I'd be like, oh, that's me. And they're like, Malone? I'm like, no, that's my name.
Yeah, that's my name. Yeah,
that's me.
Yeah, that's so funny. I like that. So you can always, it's growth, so you can do those things as well. How have you had to pivot in entrepreneurship, if you have?
I really haven't. I feel like with event planning, even though I worked for, other people, it was almost like you're still running your own event. It's almost like running your own company. You are like, you have to sell yourself as an event planner for people to want to keep using you. You have to make a name for yourself. And that's really, what helped me, I guess, move into being an entrepreneur, because now I do events, outside of the company that I work for with other people. It was just, I feel like I have a degree in public relations, so maybe having that degree helped me just be out there and know how to talk to people and maneuver. So I really feel like it was a major pivot. Like I said, the hardest part about entrepreneurship is not knowing anything.
That's true. So just learning. Learning on your toes. So what has been the most calculated risk that you have taken as an entrepreneur?
I mean, probably opening up this studio, taking my own money, because that's scary, to be like, I'm gonna take all of this money and pour it into this place, and I'm one of those people like, okay, I don't want no loans, I don't want all of this. So I was like, I'm gonna take all of my money and hopefully this works, and it works. Sometimes you gotta bet on yourself.
Okay, yes.
That's what I did, and if you betting on me or if I'm betting on myself, I'm gonna win. I have to do what I have to do. So that's what helped. Yeah, and that's the biggest risk. Just opening up this studio. Like I said, I was nervous. I'm not gonna say I wasn't. I was scared. It's like, what if this doesn't work? What if people don't come? What if this, is not a good thing? And it worked out.
But you built up your community. You built it, so you knew people were going to come. But that's how you got to do. You got to start something. You build it. You have your audience, and then they're always going to show up for you. So that's good. You were saying how you don't get that much sleep, but we got to get some more sleep because you do a lot. So I want to know, what is your morning routine? Like, what time do you wake up?
So right now I've been waking up at 5 a.m. so I can get to the trainer at 6 a.m. So usually I'm with him maybe for an hour, sometimes an hour and 30 minutes because he's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy. So maybe like an hour and 30 minutes. Then go home, shower, maybe eat like a piece of fruit or something just to get the day started. I'll start like doing stuff for my job, if I got meetings to do, or if I gotta, go through something with the event, or talk to my staff, do scheduling, payroll, if I'm doing interviews, hiring any staff. That's pretty much what my day consists of, from like maybe 9 to maybe 4. I might work on stuff for that job, or anything I might have to do office-wise for the studio. I'll do that, and then maybe around 4-ish, I might head to the studio. So if I do private, so if I got one-on-one trainings to do, I'll start doing those in the daytime. And then we have classes. All our classes start at 7 p.m. So if I'm teaching, then of course I'm here teaching, or some days I'm at home in the evening. But if I don't have to be at the studio, I'm typically working on something in the evening for the studio still. So whether it be merch, getting merch together, adding merch to the website, or planning something out, planning an event, trying to come up with that, doing flyers, because I do all of our flyers right now. I'm our marketing person.
Are you looking for a marketing person?
Not yet, maybe at some point, but I guess with having a degree in PR, and then my boyfriend also does marketing, so just with me and him, we can just knock it out.
I was just thinking for stuff that you might, to take stuff off your hands, so you get some more sleep, but you like it probably, so. No,
I wouldn't say I like it.
It's something you gotta do.
But at some point, maybe somebody will do it. Not me. But right now, it's just easy. I'm one of those people. Also, is like sometimes I'm like, why pay somebody for for something that I could do. But I also pay for convenience also.
Yeah.
So if I'm too busy or something, I will pay somebody to do something. I don't even care the price sometimes. I'm like, what it costs? Like, just come on.
Okay.
You know? So my day's pretty full. So maybe from like 5 to maybe like 11, I'm on my feet. So from 5 a.m. to maybe 11 p.m., I am on my feet. You know, I make it in the bed and sleep, or if it's a merch night, you know, I may not go to sleep till like 3 a.m. and I'm back up at 5. Some days I sleep maybe 2 or 3 hours and I'm back at it, you know. And some days, you know, if I take off, then I try to make it like, I try to make an effort to like, I'm going to sleep in, I'm not going to get up. But also it's hard, my body like still wakes up about 7 a.m. I can't sleep past 8 a.m. It's so hard. I try, and I really like, I wish I could just sleep all day. It don't ever work. Like, I can cut all my alarms off, and I can just wake up naturally, and I can look at the clock, and it's still like 7.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I have long days, you know, but that's a part of being an entrepreneur. That's a part of like wanting to be a boss, wanting to have certain things. You know, my hope is to retire at like 40. Like, I don't want to really work past 40.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's like. And when I say that, meaning like I don't want to have full days past 40. If I'm working, I want it to be like me doing my crafts, me making something, me having, you know, yeah. I just don't want to work hard. You know, like this right now, I'm working hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said, I'm working my ass off. You know, just because I want to be able to take care of people. You know, I care about my family, so I want to be able to give them things that they don't have and stuff like that. But hopefully, you know, at 40, I'm just kicking back and chilling. Like all this hard work and this planning and all these businesses and stuff that we're doing right now is so we can just kick back and chill later.
I feel that one. So that kind of goes into the next question of what is your why? Like, why are you doing all this? You kind of answered it, but I know you're talking about helping your family. Is your family still back in Alabama?
My family lives in Birmingham. I'm the only one here, only person here. So yeah, that's the main thing. Like, I want to help people. You know, I have a little brother. I want to help him. I want to show him that he can do whatever he wants. Like, I don't want him to feel like I have to take a traditional path. I have to do this, because you don't have to have a traditional path, you know. And at one point, being an event planner was not a traditional path, you know. I remember there being, like, I have a recording of my grandma, like, and we were talking about it because I was doing, like, this one little interview for something else, and she was, you know, on the camera talking. They asked her, you know, do you know what event planning is? Did you want her to do that? She was like, no, I just wanted her to be a nurse. And she was like, but I support whatever she wants to do. So, you know, I feel like with a lot of the younger kids now, you know, they are very wrapped up into Instagram. Whereas, you know, I didn't have Instagram to compare myself to anybody or anything like that. I just knew what I wanted. And so I feel like, you know, kids now are like, well, I don't have this, or I haven't made this, because there are 20-year-olds on Instagram who got millions of dollars because they got millions of followers, you know. And kids will compare themselves to that. So I just want my little brother to, like, you see me up here grinding, you see me doing this, like, you can do the same, and you can go out there and get it. You know, and I want to be able to, if my family needs something, I want to be able to make sure I can give it to them. Or if anybody needs something, you know, I feel like I'm one of those people, like, I make jokes about me, like, hoarding money. I'm like a money hoarder, because I don't really, like, buy myself things. I do stuff for other people. You know, and even if, like, there are times where I'm like, oh, I should buy myself this. But if it's something really pricey, I'm like, well, what if someone needs that? I have that thought. I'm like, well, what if someone needs something? You know, so I don't want to spend that much money. I want to be able to help somebody if they need, they need it. So I guess my why, and I don't know why it's my why, but I guess my why is to help others.
Yeah, that's a good why.
Like, it sounds crazy, but yeah, I guess in the great scheme of things, it sounds crazy. Like, you doing all this work so you can help other people. You know, well, yeah, I want to help other people. I want to be comfortable. You know, I grew up in a single parent household. I saw things that, you know, my mom didn't have, and I see things that other people in my family, you know, may didn't have. And for me, it's like, all right, well, let me let me make sure, I grind hard where we don't have to experience that. I don't want to have kids and they have to experience like a struggle or anything, I want them to know that they can struggle.
Yeah.
But
Wait, don't forget.
Yeah, like, you can struggle, but I want, people just around me to be comfortable. Like, I want everybody to be comfortable.
Yeah, I like that. That's a great why. Yeah, that is a great why. I love that, to be able to help other people. But also, you should be able to treat yourself, sometimes.
I know. Yeah.
So laser focus. One thing I wanted to point out, too, in this interview is that she found a niche. Okay, she has a niche. She did pole dancing classes. And, like, I feel like within that, some people are like, should I niche now? Should I not niche now? But it's like, from pole dancing classes to a pole dancing studio. So also, like, if you find your niche is something that you thrive in, you can just take that niche and just keep going, and then you're able to like go into other endeavors. How you
like how we do the merch, we do the pole dancing merch, and people, buy stuff from us nationwide. I ship all over to people merchandise, and so it was just being able to be like, all right, well, people like me in this area. Let me try this other area of pole dancing. We also rent out poles, so if you have a video shoot and an event and you want a pole there, we can bring you one and we can set it up for you.
Okay, renting out poles. All right, I like that. So thank you so much for being a part of this. I really enjoyed this interview.
Thank you for considering me. I really appreciate it.
You are welcome. It's all about seeing it. I've actually took one pole dancing class, so I'm gonna have to come maybe not on this Friday today, but another Friday I'm gonna come and try it out because I've always wanted to do like pole dancing classes, so I just did it just to see what I could do. So yeah, I'll have to come in to one of the definitely beginner level classes, but I'm gonna go. So for the people who are in town or they're not in town when they come, what should they be looking for from you next?
What am I doing next? We're planning to do some more pole shows. I started doing pole shows, but we took a little break. And now I'm gonna get back into it. My goal is to just have like this big massive pole show with every studio around in Atlanta. I kind of want to put something together like that. You can look for us to have more merch. You can keep looking for us to grow. We're not stopping. We still going strong. I have a pole dancing retreat coming up. It's for pole dancers, but it's sold out. Crazy enough, once I posted it, it sold out in like 30 minutes.
What? So, that's great. Congrats.
It's sold out. It's gonna be in Orlando, Florida. It's like the pole dancers. We're gonna take over Disney and have a little fun.
Oh, that's cool.
And also do some classes and stuff like that. What else is next for me? I'm just continuing to grow. Sometimes we don't know what's next for us.
That's true. That's good.
Y'all know God makes us laugh at our plans. Sometimes you don't. Like I said, last June, I didn't know a studio was up next for me, and here we are. So I don't know. Okay. There may be something I don't know that's next.
That's good.
There may be something out there, but whatever it is, know that it's going to be awesome.
Okay, and look forward to it. So they have to follow you to know what's next. So tell them where they can follow you, find you, the website and everything. If they want to take a class and stuff like that.
Alright, so you can check out our website and our schedule at www.milanmethodfit.com. You can follow our studio page on Instagram at the Milan Method, and you also can follow me on Instagram at Milan Moves. So MILANMOVES. So check us out. We are out there. If you see a green wall, it is pole dancers. It's us.
Okay. Yes, and if you come, you are part of the Baddie Factory. If y'all see that, this is a cute, setup layout. I like this. It's so nice.
We produce baddies.
Yeah,
are the home of the baddies. So come see us, and I promise you, if you meet anybody who takes class here or any instructor, you'll know why they're a baddie.
Yes. Okay, so hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure if you are in the area to come and take a class, and if you want to, come out to the Atlanta area, go sign up for a class, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with your friends, your network, and stay tuned for the next one.